imagining the vast landscapes they'd soon be exploring. As the bus rumbled along, they passed through a small village. Zara couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She noticed the strange stares from some of the men standing near the roadside. Their eyes lingered a little too long, and their expressions seemed too intense. She mentioned it quietly to Amina, but her friend dismissed it with a reassuring smile. "It's probably nothing," Amina said, her voice filled with optimism. "We are just overthinking it." But Zara couldn't help but feel uneasy. Still, she pushed the thought to the back of her mind. The journey was just beginning, and they had a whole world of adventure ahead of them. The bus ride continued late into the afternoon. The landscape outside grew more rugged, with towering trees and wild grass stretching endlessly into the horizon. The sun began to dip below the horizon, and the sky turned a soft shade of orange. It was a perfect evening until the unexpected happened. The bus came to a screeching halt, throwing the girls forward in their seats. Amina, who was at the front of the bus, quickly stood up, her eyes scanning the area outside. The driver, a middle-aged man named Mr. Bantu, was looking nervously out of the window. Before anyone could ask what was happening, a group of armed men stormed onto the bus. They wore masks that covered their faces, and their clothes were dark, blending into the night. The leader, a tall man with cold eyes, shouted at Mr. Bantu, demanding that he turn off the engine. The girls froze in fear, realizing they were in danger. Amina quickly motioned for everyone to remain silent. She could see the fear in the eyes of her friends, but she knew that panic wouldn't help them now. They needed to stay calm. "Don't make a sound," Amina whispered to the others. "We'll find a way out of this." Zara was watching the men carefully, noticing the leader's trembling hands. There was something not quite right about him, his voice was shaky, almost as if he didn't want to be doing. She caught Amina's eye and subtly nodded toward the man. Amina didn't speak, but she understood. This could be their chance. The leader ordered the girls off the bus and into a nearby clearing, where a small, makeshift camp had been set up. The girls were tied up and locked in separate rooms. The air was thick with fear, but Amina's determination never wavered. "We'll get out of here," she whispered to Linda, who was tied next to her. "Just stay strong." Days passed in captivity, and the girls